Time take the gloves off. Time take the gloves off.
Greetings.
Time take the gloves off. Time take the gloves off. It's time to
Good
step
morning,
up.
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm in the ring, the gloves is off. I'm bringing the heat, I can't be stopped. I'm running it up all the way to the top. The gloves is off, no holding back. I'm on the attack, I'm blowing these racks. I'm all in my zone, I'm all in my groove. Give me some checks like the ones on my shoes. I am the champ, I am the
Greetings,
god.
ladies and gentlemen.
The gloves is off, let's settle the score. No mercy, I'm
Good
here.
morning,
You know that
world.
it's on. Give me the crown, I'm taking the throne. They call me a rebel,
Yes.
they call me a goon. Stacking this paper, stacking this paper, stacking this paper all the way to the moon. I put in the work, sweating the tears, facing my fears. All of these years, forced to be reckoned with victory's mine. Facing my demons is my time to shine. Step in the ring is like rolling the dice. The gloves is off, I cannot be nice. All in the spotlight, bask in the glory. Victory's mine, end of the story.
Hey.
Time to take the gloves off.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Time to take the gloves off. 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 Time to take the gloves off.
Good morning, ladies and
Time to take
gentlemen.
the gloves off. I'm bringing the fire, they calling me Zeus. I cannot be stopped, I'm bringing the truth. You wanted the source, well I'm the plug. I'm laying it down like it was a rug. They call me a beast, they call me a villain. Making a play, willing and dealing. Spitting this fire, watch me explode. I'm in the trap, I got the code. I'm all in the scene, they say I'm
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday.
No time to be fake when you heavyweight. I'm shaking the ground and I'm making it quake. Dog off the leash, I cannot be tamed. Beating my chest while I'm screaming my name. I'm the voice of the streets, I'm the voice of the pain. This is my life, this ain't no
Let's
game.
go.
The gloves is off, it's time to attack. You playing with me, you going to your whack. We hit him with this and we hit him with that. The gloves is off.
We call it a wrap. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started. You know exactly what we came here to do. All right. Good morning, happy Friday. Oh yes. Oh, little Miss Perfect. Wow, how's it going? Long time no see. Good morning, Idaho gal. Nice to see you. All right, happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. You know why we are here. All right, let's go. Lindsay. How are you doing? Looking real good.
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I
Let's go. Good morning, April.
You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw I won't finish. No. This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich.
That out you a maniac. Good morning, attacking.
Going viral cause my zodiac.
I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Leo, good morning. Hey, got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited.
Call me the master with a new whip.
Let's go.
Take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's lives in a couple of days.
You have it, seriously? Lies.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like
Turn it out, conservative land, seriously. Good morning, Redhead, good morning.
It's like deja vu.
Michelle, good morning.
It's like deja vu.
What's up, Reagan? All right, ladies and gentlemen. DJ, go ahead and kill the music. All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Happy Friday. We are once again back in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I am your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here. Good morning, Jess. Good morning, everyone. All right. Yes, it's been an incredible week, but you know, all good things must come to an end, as they say, right? So let's get started. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple, right? The first H stands for honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. Am I right, Donna? Right? All right, so that's the first H. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am humble, right? I'm the most humble person on social media. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize, all right? It just turns out I haven't been wrong lately, all right? And the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. All right, many of you are very familiar with what we do over here on this side of town, on this side of TikTok. What we do is very, very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds. as well as their crimes. And believe you me, when it comes to dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds and crimes, there's plenty of those going on with our friends on the right. All right. And so with that being said, we do have a lot of critics. We have a lot of Zeus haters in here. We have a lot of people who are here to try to distract me from being on message. But I got some bad news. It really doesn't work. All right. I know what I'm doing, and I'm pretty good at what I am doing. All right. So listen up, especially to you Trump supporters, you seditionists, treasonous traitors. If you don't like the truth, right? You know, as my good friend, Brother Swervin likes to say, you're factose intolerant. You might want to leave this live and go on about your miserable morning, all right? Go hang out with some of those fake TikTok hosts, those fake TikTok content creators, all right? Because they will lie to you, but I won't, all right? Because what I'm doing is special. It's actually meant to make you feel very, very uncomfortable, all right? If you were happy, it'll make you feel sad, right? If you were hungry, you won't be so hungry after listening to this broadcast, all right? So, I've given you your warning, but get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Right.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. All right. Well, now, if you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. You know, pretty much enter at your own risk. All right. Listen, buckle up. And this airplane is about to become airborne. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. You know, I'm not going to let this go. People always ask, you know, when these Trump supporters, you talk to them on TikTok, right? Were you better off today than you were 4 years ago? 11 times out of 10. I don't even think that's possible. They will lie to you and tell you that they were better off 4 years ago than they are today, despite the fact that all of these Trump supporters are sending Donald Trump a record amount of money. No, Paul, stop it. Stop it, Paul. You were not better off 4 years ago. 4 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier, and I'll keep saying it, we were in the middle of a nasty, Paul, stop it. I haven't even gotten started, Paul. I'm trying to get off. I'm trying to get this plane in the sky. And I can't do that, Paul, if you keep coming into the live and lying. See, I was trying to be nice this morning with MAGA. I was, ladies and gentlemen, but get this. We can't be kind to them anymore, right? We cannot be kind to MAGA, ladies and gentlemen, because the gloves are off, right?
Everyone knows and I wouldn't have said this 3 weeks ago. I wouldn't have said it. I was actually very kind to him.
I was.
I was very kind to him, but now we can't be kind anymore because the gloves are off.
The gloves are off.
The jar has been opened.
The jar has been opened, Paul. And guess who opened that? Guess who took the gloves off? You did. You know when you took the gloves off, Paul? I'll tell you. Come a little close to the screen. When you made up that nasty birther conspiracy about Barack Hussein Obama, that's when the gloves... Thank you, Donna. That's when the gloves came off, Paul. All right? And you want to know when the jar was open? I'll tell you. When you and your treasonous, traitorous friends attacked the United States Capitol on January 6th, and you placed a dagger at the throat of our democracy. So, Paul, don't type another word, all right? Whereas, I forgot to instruct you.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Silence, you MAGA demons. You've done enough harm to this country. Look around, MAGA. Look at the current state of affairs here in this country. After Donald Trump's presidency, this country was pretty much, it wasn't even America anymore. It was MAGAville. Broke, desolate, people were unemployed, folks were losing their lives, going to prison left and right because of Donald Trump. Have you lost your mind, Paul? Listen, you're trying to get me distracted. I won't. All right, so let's talk about when Donald Trump shushed a journalist for interrupting him during a press conference. You know Donald Trump has no respect for women, right? And you know Donald Trump is a misogynist. He's a racist. He's a bigotry, right? And we get more evidence of, and I have to show you this because people want those who want Donald Trump to be president again for 4 more years, I have to make sure you understand who he is. And get this, ladies and gentlemen, right, Shay? They get mad when we talk about Donald Trump to these Trump supporters. They get mad at, why do you always talk about Trump? You got TDS. Well, do you think we want to go through another 4 years of this lunatic? Absolutely not. Thank you, Ginger, right? Former President Donald Trump is passionately pursuing a path of hopefully securing a position as a candidate for the demon-possessed Republican Party. He's reportedly performing quite well so far. Well, I get it because a lot of them are not Christians and a lot of them aren't patriots. So I understand why he's doing well with the Republican Party, right? Both financially and in the GOP debates. Trump appears to have honed the skills in keeping the audience actively engaged, given his experience often addressing the public. But at the same time, he is also greatly appreciates it when people pay attention to him when he speaks. In the past, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump had an altercation with a journalist who interrupted him during a statement. This incident takes place back in 2020, 4 years ago, all right, when the nasty pandemic brought this world to a near standstill while Donald Trump was still president of these United States, all right? Now, what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to go back and listen to this exchange, all right? This is between Weijia Jiang, all right? A woman of Asian descent, all right? And listen to how Donald Trump disparages this woman. Because all she was doing was trying to get answers so that we, the American people, would know what to do while in this nasty crisis, all right?
Same thing about you, that you should have warned them the virus was spreading like wildfire through the month of February instead of holding rallies with thousands of people. Why did you wait so long to warn them? And why did you not have social distancing until March 16th?
Who are you with?
I'm Weijia Jiang with CBS News.
So, if you look at what I did in terms of cutting off or banning China from coming in.
Chinese nationals. But by the way, not Americans who are also
Nice and
from
easy,
China.
nice and easy, just relax. We cut it off. People were amazed. These gentlemen, everybody was amazed that I did it. We had 21 people in a room. Everybody was against it but me. Dr. Fauci said, had I not done that, perhaps tens of thousands, and maybe much more than that, people would have died. I was very early, very, very early. And we just saw, you saw Brett Baer making a statement. They had a debate well into February. And not even mentioned, it wasn't even mentioned, the Democrats. We were very early, I'm the president. And you know what I just did? And you know what I just...
And by the way, when you issued the ban, the virus was already here.
Okay, and you know how many people, when I issued the ban, how many cases of virus were in the United States when I issued the ban? Do you know the number?
There was...
No, how many cases? Remember I said one person. How many cases were here when I issued the ban?
But did you know...
No, you have to do your research. How many...
I did my research. On the 23rd of March, you said you knew this was going to be a pandemic.
Can I tell you what? I did know it. I did know it. All I have to do is look.
So you knew it.
Anybody knew it. Just, are you ready? How many cases were in the United States when I did my ban? How many people had died in the United States?
So do you acknowledge that you didn't think
Keep your voice down, please. Keep your voice down.
Did you not?
How many cases were in the United States? I did a ban where I'm closing up the entire country. How many people died?
And that's a fair point.
How many people died in the United States? And yet I closed up the country, and I believe there were no deaths, 0 deaths at the time I closed up the country. Nobody was there. And you should say thank you very much for good judgment.
Wow. After all these Americans have died during this nasty pandemic, he's getting into it with a reporter, a woman to thank me for my good judgment. Have you Trump supporters really lost your mind? Seriously. And that wasn't the only time, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that Donald Trump definitely, stormed out and yelled at this woman because of the way that he was mismanaging this pandemic, right? He went further in another interview.
So said many times that the U.S. is doing far better than any other country when it comes to testing.
Yes.
Why does that matter? Why is this a global competition to you if everyday Americans are still losing their lives and we're still seeing more cases every day?
Well, they're losing their lives everywhere in the world, and maybe that's a question you should ask China.
Oh!
Don't ask me, ask China that question, okay? When you ask them that question, you may get a very unusual answer. Yes, behind you, please.
So why are you saying that to me specifically?
I'm telling you, I'm not saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question like that.
That's not a nasty question.
Please go ahead.
Why does it matter?
Okay, anybody else? Please, go ahead in the back, please.
I have two questions.
No, it's okay.
But you pointed to me. I have two questions, Mr. President.
Next, please.
But you called on me.
I did, and you didn't respond, and now I'm calling on
Sorry, I just
the
wanted
young lady in the back, please.
I just wanted to let my colleague finish.
Okay.
But can I ask you
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Wow. Ending the press conference and refusing to be honest with the American people. Paw, are you still here? Remember when I asked you, were you better off today than you were 4 years ago? See, Paw, I know you were lying. That was right when we were in the thick of this. And our commander-in-chief at the time, unfortunately, Donald Trump, was lying to us and disparaging and pushing up against our reporters simply because they were trying to get some answers. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's Friday and, we like to let our hair down and relax, but we can't relax right now. Join me in giving Donald Trump and Paw, I know he's still out here in the comments section, what they rightfully deserve this bright and early, ladies and gentlemen. Our first honorable round of boos and shame. And we're going to give it to them because they know good and well Donald Trump is not fit to be president of these United States. They know if he wouldn't have been president, millions of Americans' lives wouldn't have been lost during the pandemic. And they still get out here and lie. Let's give them some boos and shame. You're a bunch of liars.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
Paw, did I answer your question? Did I answer any questions for you Trump supporters out there that are still believing the lie that somehow 4 years ago from today you were doing a lot better? No, you were not. All right? So I don't want to have this conversation with you MAGA demons. And the other conversation I don't want to have with you Trump supporters is, listen, if you're going to complain about President Biden, you can't complain about the fact that he's doing his job. What do you want him to do? Resign? That's not how it works. All right. If you got complaints, bring them up. But if it's a complaint because he's simply doing his job, I seriously don't want to hear it. And make sure you understand how the United States government works, because I'm getting really fed up with MAGA right now. Every single conversation I have with you, we're having to start at square one. What are the 3 branches of government? All right. Do you know that? Okay. All right. Great. A lot of you don't know it. All right. Now, do you understand what happened during the 2020 election? Do you? No. Okay. See, I don't want to talk to you because I know it's going to be a lengthy conversation and you're not paying Zeus the actual, you ought to pay me the money for tuition, right? All that money you're sending Trump, like I said, all you Trump supporters on TikTok, you really should be sending it to your fellow Democrats right on the other side of the aisle, right? Day in and day out, we give you this information and this education, and we're really doing it because we care about the country, all right? So listen up, MAGA. That's why I tell you, don't say another thing in my chat. Just sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. Wait. What did that comment say? What did it say? Hold on. What did that comment say? Oh, guess what? Your 47th president will be President Trump, and there's nothing. Oh, Julio. Okay, Julio. When I open up these boxes, Julio, you know what I'm going to need you to do, Julio? I'm going to need you to bring your special behind up in here and let's talk about how you believe that lie. Okay, Julio. And by the way, I want to see how much you sent him on Truth Social. I know you bought some stock over there. Bring the receipt for the golden shoes, Julio. All right. Show us how much you're sending to your cult leader every month, Julio. If you can't bring that, Julio, I'm just going to have to label you a fake a fake Trump supporter. You're nothing but a Russian bot. You see, ladies and gentlemen, these folks know it's over. Julio, April 15th. I guarantee you won't come to this live because you'll be too terrified because your leader will be sitting in a courtroom. I got some more bad news, ladies and gentlemen, for you Trump supporters, all right? It's going to be a massive problem. Julio, listen up, Julio. This is for you. All right, Donald Trump's legal woes are causing no small amount of concern amongst Republicans as the 2024 presidential election campaign enters its critical phase. And it's not because the head of the GOP ticket may be a soon convicted felon. We know he's going to get convicted, right? With the former president about to be tied up with attending court proceedings in Manhattan in his hush money trial that could last for weeks, his ability to traverse the country and hold rallies will be severely curtailed. Julio, are you listening to this? Those rallies with the attendant media coverage are likely key to his fundraising, combined with his massive legal bills that are eating up money that should have been devoted to getting him reelected. GOP insiders are privately panicking about a November election where they will be outspent and outgunned. Wow. According to a report from the Daily Beast, all right, great reporting, right? The lack of rallies as well as their massive expenses when they do occur is becoming a growing concern. Quote, here it goes, Julio. This is for you. The Trump campaign appears reluctant to hold many rallies, both out of concern that Trump might say the wrong thing and because, as the same strategist said, the rallies are extremely expensive to put on. Wow. Even as Trump World projects confidence in the candidate's ability to campaign from the courthouse steps, other Republicans see the next couple of months as a perilous window for a campaign holding a lead in what might be inevitably a tight race. Others in the party are quietly beginning to worry that the party is in denial over just how hamstrung Trump is going to be until there's a verdict, especially on the fundraising front. Julio, join me. Okay, right? Ladies and gentlemen, is Julio still out there? Julio, let me break that down to you because I know you probably only got like a third grade education. All right. So what they're saying in your party, Julio, is this. Donald Trump's going to be spending a lot of time in the courtroom, right? I got to say it like it's story time. He's going to be spending a lot of time in the courtroom, which means he's not out there campaigning, shaking hands and kissing babies, bringing in money. Instead, he's going to be in the negative. You ever seen a spreadsheet, Julio, and it's all red? That means it's bad, Julio. So, Julio, explain to me how he can go weeks, maybe even months, all in the red. And then somehow on November, he comes out winning. What did Julio say, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, I can't even keep up with what Julio. He says, that's what you think, but you will soon find out it's going to be biblical. Oh, Julio, how did you know I had some Bible scriptures today? Julio, are you reading my notes? Ladies and gentlemen, Julio's deranged. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving deranged Julio in the audience, as well as his cult leader, Donald Trump, another round of boos and shame, because Julio doesn't understand 1 + 1 = 2. Julio, what is -1, plus -1 equal, Julio? Let's give him some boos and shame. Julio, you don't get it. A negative and a negative means you're going more into the negative, Julio. Come on now.
Silence! You never demon!
Julio, seriously, what's the highest level of education you've achieved in your lifetime, Julio? Please put it in the chat, Julio. I'm curious. I mean, I really would like to know because I don't understand why you think this is good news. I get it. I forgot. Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot. Julio is a graduate from Snuggles University, right? You know who Snuggles is, Julio?
Struggle rolls, struggle pancakes, struggle honey buns,
struggle in a way. Yeah. He's a struggler.
Yeah. Julio, I got come a little close, Julio. I forgot to tell you this, right? I know you got that degree from Struggles University, but Struggles got his degree. You won't believe this. He got his degree from Trump University. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Julio, you're making it too easy for Zeus. Listen, I'm trying to be nice this morning, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I really would. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here's some more news for you. Trump could face more FBI raids as a witness suggests documents are still hiding with Donald Trump. All right, former federal prosecutor, all right, Nima Rami is warning there might be more classified documents in Donald Trump's possession, and another FBI raid might be on the horizon. This is great news, right, Julio? Among the revelations in the stolen document case is that Mar-a-Lago employee Brian Butler, we all saw him on CNN right a few months ago, right? And helped aid Walt Nauta deliver boxes of the documents to an airplane in June of 2022. That same day that Trump and his attorney were meeting with the Justice Department at Mar-a-Lago about classified documents. Trump was about to fly to his Bedminster Country Club when Nauta asked Butler to move the boxes. Butler, a witness for the prosecution, said, but it was an unusual request from Nauta for the car, Butler said, because Nauta typically didn't handle moving luggage and asked Butler for the car in a guarded way. Come on. I come to realize now at the same time he's going in there, the boxes are going from somewhere into a vehicle, which is eventually going to the plane, which I loaded with Walt, Butler said. They were the boxes that were in the indictment, the white banker boxes. That's what I remember loading, he said. Federal investigators have yet to stage a raid on Bedminster as they did Mar-a-Lago, nor have they done a search in Trump's apartment at Trump's Tower. So you hear that, Julio? There's just another chance that, you ever heard of this, Julio, Biden's DOJ? Well, Julio, there's a good chance Biden's DOJ, right, might engage in some more election interference and go get those classified documents out of Bedminster or Trump Tower. By the way, Trump Tower is where Donald Trump met with the Russians in 2016, him and Don Jr. Remember that? And Michael Cohen, you remember that, Julio? So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do again, because Julio doesn't get it, right? He thinks this is all great news, and somehow, all of this is going to result in his cult leader, his Lord and Savior, Donald Trump, becoming president again. Julio, it'll never happen. He's only your president at the end of the day, Julio, not the rest of us, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Julio, all right? He probably, is he one of those Latins for Trump? Oh my God. Julio and Donald Trump what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. I hope the FBI comes to you, Julio, and pays you a visit, because you probably have some classified documents too.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move it along. Listen, I don't got much time. I got to open up these boxes, all right? There's another topic I want to talk about. And by the way, Julio, I want you here when we play MAGA or not, because we're going to play MAGA or not before this monologue ends. New one. Ex-FBI official rips Michigan police group for a disgraceful Trump endorsement. All right, despite the fact that he is facing 4 criminal indictments and was accused of SA by a well-known journalist, former President Donald Trump is campaigning as a, quote, law and order candidate. A law and order candidate. He's literally the definition of crime. Okay, whatever. And on Tuesday, April 2nd, the 2024 GOP presidential nominee received an endorsement from the Police Officers Association of Michigan, which has 12,000 members, and its president, Jim Tignanelli, right? But support of Trump is hardly universal among Americans with law enforcement backgrounds. In a scathing opinion column published on April 4th, Frank Figaluzzi, a former assistant director of counterintelligence for the FBI, argues that POAM's Trump endorsement is embarrassing in light of the violence that his supporters inflicted on police officers when the U.S. Capitol building was attacked on January 6th. Tignanelli and the POAM's leadership might argue that Trump has the back of police all around the country. Well, tell that to the United States Capitol Police Union, who tallied 140 officers injured during the insurrection on January 6th. Trump calls the criminals who assaulted those officers hostages, whom he pledges to release if and only if he wins the presidency again. 2 of the 4 criminal cases against Trump stem from his efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election results, one being prosecuted by Special Counsel Jack Smith for the United States Department of Justice, and the other by Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis for the state of Georgia. Meanwhile, in 2 separate civil defamation lawsuits, E. Jean Carroll alleged that Trump SA'd her in a Manhattan department store in 1996, and Carroll won both cases between the two. And Trump owes her $88 million in damages. Quote, endorsing a man. This is what he went on to say. Endorsing a man who refers to migrants as animals and was found liable for SA, is an anathema to law enforcement's mission. Quote, will grape victims report crimes to police departments who endorse Trump? That's a good question, right? Think about the message you just sent when you endorse Trump, you so-called police officers. But you know what we call them? We call them criminals with badges, right? These are criminals with badges that are endorsing Donald Trump. Not all cops, but these ones, right? The ones that sit there and basically excuse his criminal behavior. They're criminals with badges. Will migrants who are beaten because of the color of their skin report their incidents to a sheriff who supports what Trump stands for? Julio, are you there? Julio, are you listening? Hope this message lands on your ears today, all right? Hate and division are Trump's bread and butter. But hate and division have no business dressing up in a police uniform. When they tell you that they saw police at the Capitol on January 6th, maybe they were saying they saw officers that also believed in Donald Trump helping them out, right? I guess that's what they mean, right? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we got officers behaving badly and behaving corruptly on behalf of Donald Trump, which is sending a disgusting message to the rest of the Americans out there about what their priorities really are. Join me, all right, in giving Donald Trump, all right, and these officers in Michigan, all right, POAM is what they go by, all right, what they rightfully deserve, all right. These is the Police Officers Association of Michigan, 12,000 of them endorsing Donald Trump and his criminal conduct, his disgusting, unethical behavior. But yet they put on that badge, where they say they're sworn to protect and serve the people. No, you don't. You're protecting and serving Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving them another round of boos and shame. You're not protecting us. You're only protecting Donald Trump.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Silence, you MAGA demons. You're not protecting the American people. You're only protecting Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now let's play MAGA or not, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and then we're going to wrap things up. Are you ready to play MAGA or not? Are we ready to play MAGA or not? Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is MAGA. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is MAGA. All right. Put a 2 if you think this is other. Yes, this is a bit of a trigger warning, but you know what? I have to do this. I really do. Number 1, to increase awareness about this issue. But number 2, there's a lady on this app, all right, who loves to brag and say that she does stuff to protect children. And she calls herself a Christian, right? You heard her?
Hold on. You poke the bear, you're gonna get the bear.
Well, I got a question. Where's the bear at? In all of these instances where members within your own ranks are causing children very all this harm. Ladies and gentlemen, let's play MAGA or not. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is MAGA.
This story is just too disturbing for TV. Yeah, that is exactly right, Jolene and Kevin. There is a lot that's too graphic. It all allegedly happened last week. A witness called police after a live feed of a teenager was found on that former police officer's phone. Jonathan Deal is a former police officer who served with at least 3 Oklahoma departments, Amber Police over a decade ago, Blanchard until 2017, and Paola until a year and a half ago. Now, he's in the Cleveland County Jail after a call to police revealed a witness found Deal asleep in the garage with genitals exposed. In the garage, the witness found a phone next to Deal with camera footage of the victim laying in bed, only wearing a shirt and underwear. After talking with the victim, the witness was able to confirm the video on the phone was a live feed taken from the victim's room on a camera the witness didn't know existed. Around 2 a.m., the witness tried to confront Deal. The court papers show Deal pushed his body onto the witness and wouldn't let her leave the room. As the night went on, the papers say the witness got away, but not before Deal laid on top of her to keep her from getting away. When she went to work later that morning, she called police. During the call, the witness says she was fearful Deal would kill her after threats were made in the past when Deal found out the witness was having an affair. Near the end of the report, it explains Deal has lived in the garage since 2021 and has access to the attic. It also says the witness found drill bit-sized holes in the ceiling of one of the rooms in the house, directly looking over the bed. Deal is booked at the Cleveland County Jail with a bond set at $250,000.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Want to get the door because
Hold on. What do we say? Is this a MAGA demon or not? Look at this. You need a close up. Is this a MAGA demon or not? What are we gonna do? Where are we gonna do with this individual? 1, you see this? You see this MAGA? You make me sick. You are all sick and disgusting individuals. I'm not shocked this is a MAGA situation because you know where he learned it from Donald Trump. Donald Trump has a record of doing pretty much similar things, but the difference is Donald Trump wears a suit and is not sleeping in a garage like this MAGA demon is. This MAGA demon, ladies and gentlemen, is the worst of the worst, the lowest of the lowest, the scum of the earth. And yet, these so-called Christians, and they know exactly who they are, those Russian bears out there, they will never say a single thing about just how evil this is. Donald Trump said, I'll be dating her in 10 years, referring to an underage child. And those so-called Christians said, oh, he was just joking. No, he was not. Stop covering for nasty folks. You're revealing what's going on inside of you when you do it, which is you are just as nasty, if not worse. That's why you all love Donald Trump. Because if he can get away with it, so can you, right? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving nasty Jonathan Deli, whatever his name is, a MAGA demon in a garage, terrorizing children, and his cult leader and everyone in between what they rightfully deserve. Another round of booze and shame. You're sick.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're rounding the corner and it's time to end the monologue. But before we do, we must revisit January 6th. All right, this one's a doozy. This story is a doozy, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving on to January 6th. I see there's some dissension in my comment section. Hold on. Oh, you don't like the way that I'm running my show?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy, in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Someone asked me, why is President Biden so far behind? Please cite your source. That's wherever you're trying to say, don't bring that nonsense in here because you're a liar. President Biden isn't so far behind. Remember, they did the same thing to you in 2020. Thank you, Jesslyn, for the gift. All right, let's go. Thank you, Jesslyn. All right. Oh my, see, where's my round of applause? Don't you dare bring any of that misinformation and disinformation from Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin into this live. You need to do us all a favor and sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. You don't know nothing. This is why, pay attention to this story. How about that? Maybe you'll learn something. Don't come in here bringing those nasty talking points. Biden is doing an outstanding job. You wouldn't even be in this live if it wasn't for President Biden getting this country reopened. Think about it. I'm telling you the truth. All right, now let's talk about this MAGA demon right here, ladies and gentlemen. Twitter, aka X, they were in an uproar yesterday because law and order was delivered once again to the American people. And guess who was on the other side of it? A MAGA demon. All right, so before we get into what she did, let's revisit how she ended up in the situation that she ended up in, right? Let's make sure we all understand how she ended up like that. Well, Donald Trump was losing the 2020 presidential election. Remember, that was during the pandemic. And based on the results in terms of the way he handled it, the economy wasn't doing good. Americans were losing their lives, and the writing was on the wall. Donald Trump wasn't going to get a second term. Thank you, Miss Terry, for the subscription. The writing was on the wall. He wasn't going to get a second term. So what did Donald Trump do? He decided to engage in criminal activities to try to retain power. All right. What did those criminal activities include? Well, first he needed to plant the seed of doubt in his supporters' mind. All right. So he did that.
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
Oh, we can talk about you want to talk about Ashley Biden's diary? Please bring evidence. We can talk about that too. So he decided to plant a seed of doubt into the minds of his supporters.
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
Right. And what you got to understand is that seed that he planted was really the beginning of the first step in order to get his supporters to go from being supporters to becoming his soldiers, like the Confederate. He thinks of himself as the modern day Jefferson Davis, and he thinks of his supporters as the Confederate soldiers, all right? Confederate 2.0. So he plants the seed into the minds of his supporters, and all throughout the election cycle, he's knowing that he's going to have to eventually come clean to his supporters, all right? He knows it. So election night happens, and you know what? There wasn't a red wave. Instead, there was a blue wave. And President Biden came out victorious. We all saw it. Donald Trump was stunned. Yeah. All your lies didn't work, champ. You've been exposed and you've been fired, right? So the American people fired Donald Trump. So Donald Trump should have came out on election night and conceded. Remember, Hillary conceded to him? He should have returned the favor to President Biden. But he didn't. He came out on election night and said this.
We had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win, so they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory.
Right. So he just put a little water on that seed of doubt that he planted, right? Did you hear him say, congratulations, President Biden? No. Yeah, he's doing a lot of sniffing. You know, Dr. Ronnie Johnson probably supplied him with a little package of something, right, to get him going, because he was definitely down. So after pouring a little water on that seed of doubt, all right, come a little closer, MAGA, come a little closer. He decides to put some fertilizer on it by saying this.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
And that was when his supporters became his soldiers with that lie. He convinced you, MAGA, that he really won by saying that. So now you're angry because you really do feel like you've been wronged. I'm breaking it down to you like this because you don't understand how it went down. And you got that MAGA demon in you, and it's hijacked your ability to actually become a critical thinker. Look, there's a lady out there, Future, whatever your name is, Future, whatever. Look at this. No strings attached. I am not a hand puppet. I don't have a reason to lie to you. All right? Now keep listening. So you want to know how just nasty this situation really got? There were red flags that Donald Trump was lying to you, but MAGA ignored them. Take, for instance, one of their mascots. I'm going to call him a mascot, who was also pushing the conspiracy theories. You remember Rudy Kaludi, Dirty and the Tootie? You remember him? This is what he was saying on election night or around that time.
The only time you can ever find out if it's a fraudulent ballot is when it is looked at. The minute you approve this, it's thrown away, gone for eternity. The only thing left is the vote. That could have been Mickey Mouse.
That could have been Mickey Mouse? Huh. What? See. When you heard that, listen, you Trump supporters, you should have knew it was all a lie when Rudy started bringing up Mickey Mouse. But Rudy, he was giving you clues. All right, this is all made up. He was giving it to you, but you didn't listen.
Almost every civilized country, even Tanzania and places that you wouldn't think of, have rules about inspectors, particularly for mail-in ballots. And why particularly for mail-in ballots? Because they can more easily be defrauded, and you can't check on it.
So we got Mickey Mouse and we got Tanzania all up in the mix. You Trump supporters are some of the easiest licks I've ever ran across. Y'all really believe this stuff. So Donald Trump got the Trump supporters now turned into his soldiers. They're radicalized. Rudy Giuliani is doing a number on them. And Donald Trump decides, let's move on into the next phase of this little plan I got. What does he do? Oh, you remember this? Remember this? Oh.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Right. So that's the fake elector scheme that he's putting into motion, right? He got this fake elector scheme. So now everything's set. Now all he needs to do is get his soldiers to meet him in Washington, D.C. And so he decides, I know what to do. I got it. Attention, Trump supporters. You are now my Confederate soldiers. As you have heard, I lost to Joe Biden and I'm very angry. This is Donald Trump talking to the Trump supporters. I am going to be hosting an event called Stop the Steal. All right? In Washington, D.C. on January 6th. Send me all your money and get here ASAP. It's going to be wild. That's what he said to all of you Trump supporters. And you know what y'all did? Y'all actually fell for it. Y'all sold everything you had, sent Trump the money. And they jumped in the back of these U-Hauls. You know who they are, the Patriot Front, the Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys. They put on their khaki pants. They put on those masks. You remember during the pandemic, no, don't you make me wear a mask. I can't breathe. But they put those masks on for Donald Trump to get to that Capitol. Didn't they? I tell you, y'all some liars. So they get to the Capitol where they're waiting for Donald Trump to give them their next orders, right? This is really how it went down. So Donald Trump, he's at the White House on his way to go meet up with his soldiers. But before he can do that, there's an exchange that takes place with his vice president. You know who he is, Mike Pence. Mike Pence, I need you to stop the certification of Joe Biden, all right? Do it. Mike Pence says, sir, I would love to, but if I did that, that would require me to place you above the Constitution. This is what happened. And then Donald Trump says, what on earth is my... Pence, you know what your problem is, Pence? You're a little too honest. I'll take care of it myself. Right? Fuming mad at Mike Pence. He tells his Secret Service, take me to go meet up with my soldiers. Oh, sir, they have weapons, they have tactical gear, they have chemical sprays. I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't care. Take me to be with them. They're not bringing that to cause me harm. And I don't care if they're going to harm my vice president. Take me to be with my soldiers. Secret Service, they took him to the ellipse to meet with his soldiers. And we all saw it playing out, didn't we? When he got to the ellipse, what did he do? He looked across the field and he seen all these red hats, these Trump 2020 flags, these Stop the Steal flags. He heard them chanting Trump, Trump, Trump. And he said, now, all I got to do is encourage these soldiers to engage in some heinous acts of violence. And that's exactly what he did.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
Nope. So he encouraged them to go ahead and march towards the United States Capitol, his Confederate soldiers. When they get there, there was a scene that took place where they ran into one of their own. You remember Ray Epps? Do all of you remember who Ray Epps was? When they saw Ray Epps, they said, feds, feds, feds. Which to me means that they believed that Ray Epps was somehow affiliated with the FBI. Perhaps he was one of those ones on the ghost bus, right? You know, Clay Higgins mentioned that. So this tells me if you believe that Ray Epps was the feds, this means you believed the cops were there on January 6th. You believe the FBI was there on January 6th. And if you really do believe that, then you got to answer this question. Why'd you break the law right there in front of the cops? And I haven't met one Trump supporter that can answer that question. And I know why they can't answer the question. You can't answer the question because it's simple. You weren't there. Your mind had been hijacked by the MAGA demon. Donald Trump had hijacked your mind. You weren't in control of yourself. The demon was controlling your body. All right, congratulations. You played yourself. There was also an incident that took place at the Capitol that day. All right, and you know what it was. Here it goes. What did they say? What did they say? Oh yeah. Hang Mike Pence. That's what they were saying. Hang the Vice President of the United States. And do you blame them? Oh, no. Because you know what they also had going on in their minds? They had received special orders from Lieutenant Marjorie Taylor Greene that day. Remember Marjorie Taylor Greene, the one that we say may have planted those nasty pipe bombs? Remember what she told you all?
Everything. If we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them. We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings and we pay all the people that work in the building.
You hear that? So notice everything leading up to these soldiers getting inside of the Capitol building and defying it and placing a dagger at our throat of democracy. That's all based on rhetoric from them, from Donald Trump, Marjorie, Rudy Kaludi, Jim Jordan, James Comer. There wasn't no BLM or Antifa or no Nancy Pelosi in any of that, right? So now that we're at the crime scene of January 6th, ladies and gentlemen, all right, I need you to bear with me, all right? It's once again, what we're going to call this is story time. Story time. We have to talk about this MAGA demon right above who has been brought to justice. And this happened yesterday. All right, so bear with me as we go through her story on her crimes that she committed that day. And this is definitely one for the history books. Verdict, all right. Colorado Springs area resident found guilty on all charges in the Capitol breach trial in Washington, D.C. After a lengthy deliberation that's been rare for Capitol breaches, Falcon resident Rebecca Laverance, known on social media as the J6 Praying Grandma, was convicted on all 4 federal misdemeanor charges for her participation in the January 6, 2021 protest/insurrection of the 2020 presidential election, all right, out in Washington, D.C. The trial began on March 25th in federal district court in the District of Columbia and ended after nearly 26 hours of deliberation. A 12-member jury found Laverance guilty of entering and remaining in a restricted building, disorderly and disruptive conduct in a restricted building or grounds, disorderly conduct in a Capitol building, and parading, demonstrating, or picketing in a Capitol. The 71-year-old great-grandmother and owner of a bed and breakfast business where she lives about 14 miles northeast of Colorado Springs could be sentenced to up to a year in prison and ordered to pay fines of more than $200,000, which excludes legal fees. She will be sentenced on August 12th. Quote, "I was surprised," she told the Gazette Thursday after the verdict. Quote, this is what she said. "I believe God wanted it to turn out this way so my voice could be amplified. We have to wake up our country." Laverance said she felt compelled by God to drive across the country to the Stop the Steal rally more than 3 years ago to pray for our nation. I mean, this is some sick stuff, right?
Break every chain. Say it, there is power in Trump's name.
This is how they worship.
There's power in the name of Trump.
There is power in the name of Jesus.
These are some sick folks, ladies and gentlemen. These are sick. Quote, "The whole reason I went to the Capitol was to pray," she said. "I didn't get into this for myself. I was there to stand up for my country. God led me to go there into the building." All right, now let's see if we got some photos. Would y'all like to see what God led this woman to do? This is in the statement of facts, all right? This is in the statement of facts, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what God did. Look at what God did, all right? "God led me to go there into the building to stand up for my First Amendment rights to petition the government for redress and grievances." Oh, yeah, this is what God did. God told me. When she was inside the Capitol for 10 minutes with a group of other rally-goers, Laverance said she felt God's presence on me. She felt God's presence on her. Defense attorneys from John Pierce Law presented 7 witnesses while 4 people testified on behalf of the prosecutors from the United States Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia, who argued that Laverance entered the Capitol without having the authority to do so. She testified for 5 hours on Monday and the jury started deliberations at 4:45 p.m. and were released at 5:30 p.m. Monday resumed deliberations, Tuesday, Wednesday, and nearly all day on Thursday. Laverance said she was called in to answer clarification questions several times. The verdict was announced late Thursday afternoon. Verdict have been issued as soon as 30 minutes after jurors were released from the courtroom on some January 6 cases, Laverance went on to say. She, quote, says, the deliberation was good because obviously at least one person on the jury was fighting for me. And I believe many people have been convicted in the first hour. She doesn't get it, ladies and gentlemen. She doesn't get it. She passed the weight by observing other January 6 court proceedings, speaking with defendants from around the nation, writing thank you notes to supporters. An online fundraising appeal to help her with her legal expenses had raised $32,000 as of Thursday. Spending time with her two daughters who were with her, she wrote, sometimes there are 4 January 6 trials going on at once, she said. She goes, if she had not been found guilty, Laverance would have been the first January 6 defendant in a trial to be acquitted of federal charges. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we must do. So this lady right here she go praying. They call her the praying grandma. Number 1, I got some scripture to give her. All right? The Bible says, ladies and gentlemen, in the good book of Matthew, all right? Chapter 6, verse 6 through 7. But thou, when thou prayest, enter first into thy closet. And when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret. And thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. But when you pray, use not vain repetitions as the heathens do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have is evidence that this so-called praying grandma was not following scriptures, not the one in the King James Bible. Maybe this is in the Trump Bible, what she was doing, but not in the good book. She was supposed to be praying in secret so she could be rewarded openly, but what she decided to do was to somehow end up in Washington, D.C. and blame God instead of herself for going there. You went there because Donald Trump told you to. And you couldn't think for yourself because you had been taken over by the MAGA demon, ma'am. All right? So maybe you'll figure this out while you're sitting in a jail cell. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving not this. She's not a praying grandma. Absolutely not. This is a MAGA demon grandma terrorizing the United States of America. All right? And using God to do it. Join me in giving this woman what she deserves. Another round of boos and shame.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
All right, and because she has been found guilty, let's send her off the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You hear that? You hear that? That was your cult leader, or as you referred to him, that was your God, telling you, after he lured your special behind to Washington, D.C., that you will pay. I keep telling you, Trump supporters, you're going to get the ultimate MAGA reward the longer you stay in that cult. And they say, well, what is the ultimate MAGA reward? jail, and if you don't get your soul right, hell. And there's a chapter 11 in between. Did you see that? $200,000 in fines potentially. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? It's not enough to throw your life away. It's might as well throw your entire life savings away for this guy. And get this, ma'am, I come a little close, ma'am. Get this. The only way Donald Trump will pardon you, or the only way he'll try to even give you a little help, right, is if he wins. If he doesn't win, then guess what? You didn't do enough for him. You sure that was God that told you that, ma'am? No one around you? You don't have a pastor that had to pull you to the side and say, hey, man, listen, that isn't God telling you that. No one that you are surrounded by cared enough about you to try to get you out of that nasty little fog you were in. This is why I say this is some sick stuff that they're going through. All these Trump supporters that are crying and complaining and they're angry, I know what it is. And I have the ability to diagnose it. If you can say Biden has dementia, then that means I can say what I say, right? You're upset, all of you Trump supporters, because the stuff that I'm saying is the stuff you know is true, but you can't say it. See, I got that freedom. Remember, I got that freedom. I'm free to do this. You cannot say this stuff to Donald Trump, because guess what? The moment you do, the cult will come after you, right? All the videos you've posted on the internet, you've dug yourself in a nasty little ditch, MAGA. The only way out is jail or hell. And I don't have a problem sending you to either of those locations. I really don't. Because listen, look at the damage you've done to this nation. Look at the damage. Look at all the harm, the irreversible harm. There's folks that lost their life during the pandemic. We can't get those folks back. There's businesses that have shut down. We can't get those businesses back. Look at all the children that were harmed as a result of the pandemic. They say these kids had to work from home. They had to do their homework at home. That led to psychological damage to a certain degree. This is stuff that cannot be reversed. So this is why we tell the truth about you Trump supporters, you seditionists, treasonous traitors. And get this. This is the part that blows my mind. You Trump supporters, you have to live knowing every day you wake up and you listen to a man that paints himself orange. He paints himself orange. He puts a bird's nest on top of his head every morning. Takes about 2 hours according to the schedule, right? Then he puts on a diaper. He soils it. And then he puts on that same crumpled blue suit, all right, with the red tie. I know a clown when I see one. I know what a circus looks like when I see it. Don't you see you're in a circus, MAGA? Think about it. How many emails do you have to get from him asking you to send him some money? Every time you wake up, it's the same sad song, right? It really is. It really is the same sad song.
I am very humbly asking if you could chip in $5, $10, or even $25. I know that times could be tough, and they are tough under this horrible president.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. MAGAs, listen to me today. If you don't take anything from this show today, get this. To the rest of the country, you're all in a circus, and Donald Trump is the clown running it. That's what you look like to all of us, and there's just no way you can shake it. Every day we get up here, we bring facts, data, and statistics. All you have is grievances. And the grievances, when you really get down into the details and you drill in, all of it is because you're in that cult. That's why you're angry. So if you don't get nothing from this show, get that. To the rest of us, you're all in a circus, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my monologue. It is time to open up the boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. Listen, they don't like me because I get out here and I tell the truth and I shame the devil, all right? But that's what I'm supposed to do, all right? I know. Someone has to do it, right? Someone has to wake these folks up and get them to start paying attention to what's really going on out there, all right? You would have thought these folks would have been able to become critical thinkers, all right? But I realized early, MAGA doesn't have the ability to think critically, all right? They're a very emotional group of people. They love to paint themselves as victims. And they love to be entertained. They love to be, coddled and rocked to sleep. And as long as you do that, you can do whatever you want to these Trump supporters. All right. Donald Trump knows this. Rudy Giuliani knows this. Marjorie Trader Green knows this. All right. So that's why we deliver the truth the way that we do. And like I said at the top of the show,
if you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Good morning. We have our first panelist. Good morning, the beautiful Jess. Good morning, Jess. How are you doing?
So, did you hear how most Americans don't want the president to have too much power, meaning like they want the president to have to wait for Congress? That was
really?
a new poll that came out, and it was specifically about Donald Trump. Sorry, my son is crying about his sister leaving for school.
We can work with it. All right, we can work with it. Wow.
Okay, but so another thing, we know about their mental health, right?
Yeah.
We know how extreme MAGA is. I was just reading something. Conservatives are more likely to act out in violence, activists like protests or anything like that. MAGA is more likely to get violent.
Yep. Yeah, because they don't have any self-control, right?
Yep. None at all.
I've never met a Trump supporter that has self-control, really. I mean, they're really hard to find.
Oh, yeah, and we already know. And I want to talk about the
Nick,
BLM
my source,
for a second,
Nick,
because I've been seeing a
go
lot
for
of
it.
comments about that.
What did they say?
They're just talking about, well, BLM was violent. It was literally proven multiple times, and we have to go over this multiple times, that it was opportunists searching to destroy and loot and profit off of other people's trauma.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pause it right there. Right, remember how they were talking about all this crime going on in inner cities and these smash and grabs? Did you hear the news that all of that was being organized by a Republican woman here in California who were paying people that she knew were disadvantaged and needed money to do this stuff? So once again, the crime that they're crying about, once again, we found it's been tied to them. They are opportunists, Jess. You completely are right. No, Kelly, it's not BS. Go look it up. I have no reason to lie to you. They call me Triple H for a reason. All right? Because I'm the most honest person on social media. Please continue,
They hate
Jeff.
facts.
Yeah.
They hate facts. And someone said, why vote blue? I'll tell you exactly why you should vote blue.
Thank
you. Because Republicans don't have a health care plan. More Americans are on the Affordable Care Act than in any other presidency. He's done better perfecting Obama's plan. He's imposed a 15% minimum corporate tax on some of the largest corporations. He's recommitted America to the climate change. He's strengthened NATO alliances. He gave Medicare the power to negotiate prescription drug prices through the Inflation Reduction Act, and he's created more jobs than any other president in U.S. history.
Tell him, Jess.
So get out of here with that nonsense.
Yep, tell him, Jess. Tell him, Jess. They don't get this.
Oh, who cares? We all should care. We all should care. And the fact that you guys don't is absurd, and I'm going to go take care of my son now. Zeus, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Jess. All right, no lies detected. All right, listen, somebody out there said Zeus was lying. All right, Southern California woman charged in an alleged $8 million operation. Please go look it up. A San Diego County woman has been charged with orchestrating an alleged multi-million-dollar retail crime ring that stole and resold more than $8 million in beauty products all across this country. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go look it up. And what is her name, all right? Sarah Mesa. You can go look it up. Where did my comment section go? All right, hold on. Let me All right, there we go. All right, I see my comments. So yes, go look it up. We have no reason to get out here and lie about these things. I know a setup when I see it. It didn't make any sense when I seen all this retail theft going on until they brought that lady to the forefront. Oh, so you're gonna hire folks all across the country to go and do these little smash and grab operations and then blame it on the Democrats. But it's really the Republicans. It's sort of like January 6th, right? You see these folks on January 6th, they tried to blame Nancy Pelosi, right? It's not. It's MACA Wi-Fi. All right, Miss Silk, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move it along. Who do we got next? Thank you, Attacking.
Oh, hello, Attacking. What's
you.
he doing? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, Zeus, I've been better. We're still at the hotel.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes, they can't even get to our a lot of the homes here because of all the trees and the lines down. My daughter just texted me.
Johanna, thank you.
She can't even leave her house because she's got the wires and stuff down behind her vehicles. It's a mess here, but climate change doesn't exist. We only get, nor'easters in April. It's been
these folks.
They don't know what they're
tell
talking
them, Ange.
about.
Tell them.
They don't. So Zeus, I got to tell you, because I'm getting bored here, I decided to go to Truth Social last night. Okay.
Okay.
All right, because as you know, I'm big into basketball. I play defense. All right, don't come after me. Oh, she's gotten it. No, I go over there. I got to see what these crazies are up to. What are they up to, right? So I come across this woman who, gosh dang it, she had the same name as me and everything, right?
Oh,
Zeus, she's crying about her poor, 25 or something year old son. He is a January 6th hostage.
Oh,
yes.
Here we go.
Here we go. And I usually don't even comment over there, but there's something about that just really ticked me off, because I'm tired of this victim thing that they're going for here. No, he's not a hostage, lady. He's a criminal and he's a traitor. And what was his behind doing there at the cap? What was he doing?
What was he there for?
What were they doing? I have zero. Okay, so then I all right, I'm not going to lie. I got into it with her a little bit because I had some time.
Oh, you were arguing on Truth Social
with her? A little, and I usually don't even comment. But Zeus, as a mother to a son that's active duty, who's been on deployments, and we can't, I couldn't even talk to him. Like, I can count on two hands how many times I talked to him in 11 months when he was in Africa, right?
Wow,
so this woman is whining that, he's in jail. I know of people that are in jail. They get to make phone calls. I bet she's calling her little boy every day. Her poor little traitor, she's calling him every day. I didn't get to talk to my son every day when he was in Africa. I had to worry about him. He was on a base that he couldn't leave because it wasn't safe.
Yeah.
So here my son is serving the country, and she's whining that she can't talk to see her little baby boy that was attacking our capital.
All backwards. She got her priorities wrong. And you can tell she raised that guy to be a MAGA demon.
I told her that. I said, lady, you have no shame, and your son's a traitor. He's a monster. I did. I'm sorry. I think I'm getting in a
Jackson,
mood
because they are a traitor. Is there a problem, Jackson? We call them traitors.
And he spelled traitor wrong.
I know. Trader Joe's, right?
That's how you give yourself away every single time. You don't even know how to spell it right. But anyway, why am I calling another American a traitor? Because he attacked our capital. That's why, Jackson. He was trying to overthrow our government. You don't have a problem with that? Jackson. Now you're a victim, Jackson. Seriously? He's a victim. Oh, I better be careful. I don't want to make a victim out of poor Jackson.
Wow, Jackson. I'm disappointed in you. Buddy.
Yeah, all right. Around here.
Yeah. You must not have heard me, Jackson.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Oh, shout out Priscilla. I see you. No, this is my backup. I got. They reported that.
Yeah, they got you for a few days, didn't they?
Yeah.
Here's my other thing too. Real quick, I was talking to a MAGA demon this morning, Shay and I actually, and Keisha, and I asked, of course, did you read the indictments? Okay, because we talked about how Trump is calling them hostages and political prisoners.
Yeah.
And so that was my topic this morning, how it disgusted me. Anyway, so I said, did you read the indictments? Zeus, did you know there's a difference this is a Democratic indictment. Have you
That's what
ever
they
heard of
said?
it? Yes.
No. Explain what a Democratic indictment is. I've never heard of that.
I'd never heard. Shay and I tried to get what a Democratic indictment was. His name was simply Farrell, if that tells you anything.
Wow.
He may not have been a little simple.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I heard my bell.
Wow.
I just wanted to double check and see if you knew. I'm going to do some research on this Democratic indictment now.
All right.
I'd never heard of them, so I like to go check those things out. But
Right.
anyway, happy Friday to the kingdom. I hope I'll be doing lives from home soon.
Good.
But as of
Keep
now,
up the good work.
We're warm and safe, though. That's what matters.
All right. Now, did you hear about this earthquake that they said?
I just saw it. It was centered in New Jersey. It was 4.7 on the Richter scale. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, if anyone's been impacted by that. Yeah, if you've been impacted by that, our thoughts and our prayers are definitely with you.
Try to stay safe. Thinking of you guys. It's crazy, crazy times up here.
Yeah. New York too. Wow. New York and
got
New
the
Jersey.
eclipse coming on Monday too.
Wow.
Got the eclipse. Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know. But anyway, thank you for having me up. Happy Friday, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Ange. All right, no lies detected. Yeah, Jackson, if you're still there, Jackson, or any of you with the MAGA demon, all right? You didn't hear me at the top of my show. The gloves are off on this live, right? We're not coddling you Trump supporters. If anything, you all should be sending us gifts and subscribing for this educational experience we're giving you, all right? But if you can't do that, do me a favor.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
All right. And I do mean that, MAGA. I really do. Good morning, Brooklyn. How are you doing?
How are you? It's been a long time, but I try to listen to you every day because you're still the most humble, the most handsome, and the most honest.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that. You know our friend Nutty Professor, he gets very upset about that.
I know, and that's why I had to say it. But I love Nutty. But he does. I guess you can say he's Triple H too.
Oh, he's a Triple H, but a watered down version, right? Right, Ray. Thank you.
I can't confirm nor deny.
We're praying for him, right? We're praying for Nutty. Hopefully he'll figure out where he fits in around here, all right? But he doesn't fit near Triple H. I could do it all by myself. Sorry, Nutty.
Yeah, but so far, people in New York, we seem to be okay.
Okay.
So we're good.
Okay. Did you feel it at all?
I didn't feel anything.
Oh, wow. Okay.
My mother called me and asked me if I heard was the earthquake. Then my younger sister called me freaking out. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, listen, that's good news. I'm hopefully no one's been harmed or seriously harmed out there, but definitely it's an unique thing. I mean, how often do you hear about earthquakes happening in New York, right?
Hardly ever. This is the second time in my life that I know of.
Wow.
I don't know.
Things
but I
are
really
moving.
don't have anything to add. I just wanted to come on and say hi because it's been such a long time.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you. And as always, you're more than welcome to come up here and check in with us. All right. I really do appreciate the update too. All right, Brooklyn.
No problem. Stay safe, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Brooklyn a round of applause. Thanks for the update. TJ, you're saying that you felt the earthquake, TJ? Oh my gosh, TJ. Oh my goodness. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Takesha. How are you doing, Takesha? Are you there?
Hey, Zeus.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good morning. It's Traitor. Traitor.
Oh.
Not Trader. See, that's why I tell people, stop trying to get smart with people when you can't spell. Like when they use your in the place of you are, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. I stop the discussion right there.
Yeah.
But anyway, Zeus, I'm not going to get excited about the April, the 15th?
Yeah, the trial date.
I'm not going to get excited for that because I feel a delay coming on.
Okay.
Trump asked the judge to recuse himself. And when the judge refuses, all he's going to do is appeal it to the appellate court. And that's going to be a delay.
Nasty.
I already see it coming. Zeus.
Right.
I see it coming. So I'm not gonna get excited because that's not written in stone. You know, he's the delay king. And that's all he does. But he's so innocent, and he's such a strong man, and he stands up for what he believes in, but he keep on appealing stuff.
You would think he would be eager to prove his innocence, right? I mean, if I truly didn't do anything wrong and I was in his situation, let's get this case over with so I can get back on the campaign
Let's get
trail.
it over with. But he's a coward because he knows he's guilty. So,
do you think his supporters know he's guilty?
Let me tell you something. He got them so snowed, Zeus. They so in love, they can't see past their eyes. No, they just in love, Zeus. They think he the great Messiah. You know, that's why they worship him like they do.
Yeah. Wow.
But I got my ending Friday song, Zeus.
Uh-oh.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. They hate the good, they love the bad, they're pitiful and really sad. The MAGA Knights, their brains won't grow, they're really slow. They think that Trump is a pro. The MAGA Knights, when being done seems to be MAGA's biggest dreams. And suddenly they finding out that Trump was never on their team. On their team. Boom, 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 boom. They always see their wrong as right because they are the MAGA Knights. They are the MAGA Knights. They are the MAGA Knights. All right. All right, Zeus.
Listen. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Takesha. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Once again, you've always found a way to get the message across to these supporters, right? Because they don't understand how to think and, think for themselves and think critically. So you got to put it in a format they can process, right?
They probably don't even understand that Drew spelling traitor Trader.
Oh, well, listen, Jackson, are you hearing what Takesha is saying? Please.
They probably spell ketchup CATCHUP.
Oh,
catch up.
Spell it like it sounds. That's how they do it, right? So clearly, when the indictments came out, they struggled to comprehend that, right?
Listen, they've been calling the indictment and all that stuff.
Indictment.
Listen, it's been embarrassing out here in these streets, I tell you.
I tell you. Well, listen, I appreciate your honesty, Takesha, all right? And keep up the good work educating these folks, all right? Because reading is truly fundamental. I really do believe that.
You're so welcome, Zeus. Thank you all for the gifts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Takesha a round of applause. No lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move it along. Anyone seen Julio by any chance? Anyone seen Julio? Oh, look at that. Dale Sisk, 44. You said God has anointed Donald Trump to save America. Listen, Dale, won't you go get your main account, all right? Assuming it hasn't been taken down. Come on back in here and please bring Bible, chapter, and verse to support that ridiculous claim that you're making. Because I'd hate to think, Dale, that you've allowed your mind to be hijacked by the MAGA demon. Because you know the rule in the kingdom, right, when it comes to the MAGA demon, it's this.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, Dale, go get the Bible chapter and verse and come on back. All right, TJ, good morning. How are you doing? All right. Good morning, TJ. How are you doing? Hey, how's it going?
I am good, everybody. How you doing?
All right, got you in here today.
Yeah, finally. I've been trying it for like the last week.
I know.
So it's all good. Yeah.
Yes.
It's all good. I wanted to hit on a couple of things. I was on Angie's live, waiting to get in to talk about the January 6th thing too. Didn't get through. She had a lot of interesting fools on her
yes.
panel there today.
Right,
but January 6th, you got to remember, they are the most treasonous sheep that have ever existed. They were told to go, they came. They were told where to go, they went. That makes you sheep being herded by shepherds, don't it?
Yeah.
And
it really does.
If you look at it the proper way, it is a failed insurrection and a failed domestic terrorist attack.
Yes.
You know? So, yeah, they are where they belong, in prison. And if you ask me, all of the guys that are like getting the longer sentences, they should be getting way longer, and everybody involved should be getting those numbers. Because, you know, if you went in there, you're wrong. That's just plain and simple. If police are in your way, you're wrong. If you have somebody being shot, you were wrong.
Yep.
So whatever her name was. Oh, Jesus.
Is that another earthquake warning? Uh-oh. TJ. Uh-oh. Well.
I'm alive.
Okay. Is that a weather alert? Is that an earthquake?
So
okay.
That's an earthquake alert. That really wasn't an earthquake. That was Letitia James starting to get her engines back up because she is ready to go.
Let's go. It sounded pretty serious. If you need to get to safety, I understand. All right, seriously.
Yeah, I'm in safety. I'm in safety. The last thing is that another delay that nobody's really been talking about is he can go on about trying to get a recusal, getting another appeal. But if he fires his legal staff, he has to start over again, and the new legal staff needs time to prep.
Oh, so you believe that's what he's going to try to do?
I believe that's probably his next chain of events.
It just seems so interesting how he's doing everything he can to try to escape accountability.
Yeah, brother. Like, you gotta understand, he's gonna be embarrassed. They don't make handcuffs for hands that small.
Oh, now that's true. Well, I'll say this. I'm pretty sure the judge is aware of everything Donald Trump is trying to do. And they got a plan for that. They got a plan for all this little stuff he's going to try to pull. You know, if he wants to switch legal team, let's do it while the trial starts. How about that, right? If that's really your direction, and why didn't this come up before? See, this is how they're going to get him. All of these motions you're trying to file, first of all, you got to get permission to file them. But secondly, why didn't you file this stuff a long time ago? That's
exactly.
That's how they dismissed the little immunity one, right? You were supposed to file this a long time ago. So good luck, Donald Trump.
That
seriously,
was this morning,
yeah. Good luck. All right, but this case isn't going anywhere.
Thank you for everybody.
All right. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give TJ a round of applause. No lies. Yeah. No lies detected. All right, let's move it along. All right. Good morning, Shay. How are you doing? Oh, what a great show today. I'm all right. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. No, it's so true. Angie's live was so fun. But yeah, I am still trying to figure out what a Democratic indictment is. And then I'm also trying to figure out what case, because they keep saying this time it was a peanut butter sandwich. It keeps saying you can indict a peanut butter sandwich.
Oh, now we're on peanut butter. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I thought it was a ham sandwich. But, and so then I'm like, well, and so I always ask for the evidence of a peanut butter sandwich being indicted. I want to see this, And there's some weird reason they can't bring it up. It's like so strange. It's just crazy. I was looking for the video, that woman you were talking about. She's sitting there crying in her car, this 7-year-old woman that supposedly was praying. There's videos of her literally just walking into the Capitol. And she's not praying, she could have stayed outside. But in the video, she's crying. She says, I just wanted, because the election was stolen from my president, and I just wanted to be there for him.
Wow.
And I'm sitting here going, this is what we're trying to tell you. Every morning, Zeus does his whole recount of what happened on January 6th.
I do.
that woman may go to prison for a few months to a year because she believed Donald Trump's lies. So again, another one of his faithful supporters, Christian women, should stayed her ass in Colorado and prayed for him there.
Bingo.
Ended up getting wrapped up in the whole thing, thinking she could save the election for her savior and all this stuff.
She said God led her there, Shay. She said
yeah.
God told her to get
Yeah.
it, go ahead and go on over there.
Yeah, and now God's putting you in prison. So guess that's how that works.
I keep trying to tell them they don't get it.
They don't get it. And I have so many beautiful Christian friends and family members that truly believe they're talked to by God. God gave me the message. God did this and God did that. Well, if God's doing that, then why do you have foot pain? Or why do you have this? Or why do you have that? Now listen,
Amen.
I'm a Christian. I believe in certain things like that. But I also know that God gives us free will.
Right.
And a brain in your head. And
exactly.
so it's not his fault that you believe the lies. And it's so sad when you see people like this, the really good intentions, are being lied to, used, and all of that, to a point where she now will be paying the price for believing the lies of Donald J. Trump.
Ultimate MAGA reward, right?
So if y'all are upset about this 7-year-old woman, like you were with the ex-MAGA granny and all of that, the only person you have to blame is Donald Trump for that. These women gave up their freedoms and their lives because they believe that he lost the election. They believe in the lies that have never been proven.
Can you believe it? They actually, when they saw the results of the election, they sat there and they listened to Donald Trump refuse to concede, right? And then they listened to him say, "We won," and just like that, they were done. They don't know how to think critically.
No, they can't. They can't think critically. When you think like that, you're not thinking critically.
Yeah.
You know, God does not play his hand in politics. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Absolutely
no sense whatsoever. So yeah, I'm just waiting on that proof, and all this stuff. So Letitia James has absolutely said no to the bond. There's a on April 22nd, which is the same day the Supreme Court is listening to arguments about presidential immunity. So the same day, Engoron is having a hearing based on this bond issue. And I just keep thinking the attorneys that Trump have are absolutely ridiculous. Why can't they read New York state laws when it comes to bonding?
Right.
It had to be a New York-based bond company. And I mean, that's why they're rejecting it. On top of, they're not sure that this bond company actually has the money. But here you go through all this. They give you an extension of 10 days. They lower the bond, right, for you to be able to do this. And you're still screwing up?
Sad.
And you want this guy back in office? I mean, he can't even consult with people that can actually know the law, read the law, understand how to file a bond in New York. Wow. I mean, it's just
fake bond.
Bond.
There's nothing real about this clown. That's why I try to tell you, Trump supporters, do you understand you are in a circus? Seriously. This is some sick stuff.
We have Democratic indictments. We got peanut butter sandwiches being indicted, and then now we got fake bonds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Donald Trump doesn't feel that bond is fake.
Yeah,
it's a real problem for him.
Good morning.
Anyway,
yes.
All right, I'll let you guys go. My goodness. People.
All right. Well, listen, Shay, thank you so much for actually coming up and talking with us. I really do appreciate it. All right.
All right. Love you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Shay a round of applause. No lies detected. All right, listen, this is a show of force, ladies and gentlemen. Every day we get out here and we tell the truth and we shame the devil. All right, so listen. You Trump supporters, you really should be paying us all for this free education. All right, you really should. Good morning. Who is this Florida boy? Greetings. Greetings. Greetings.
Good morning.
All right, this is our first time doing business.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I got some questions to ask you. All right. And then after that, I'll give you your 3 minutes. All right. First question. Do you believe the 2020 election was rigged?
Yes.
Oh! Not looking too good. Next question. Who would you say is responsible for the attack on the United States Capitol on January 6th?
Of course, Trump.
Oh, Trump was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, oh, this is interesting. Last and final question. Do you think President Biden is guilty of any crimes?
Hell no.
All right. Well, listen. So, I asked you at the top, do you think the 2020 election was rigged? And you said yeah?
Yeah, I meant to say no on that part. My bad,
Oh, you
bro.
meant to say no. Okay.
Yeah, it just came out so fast.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I'm gonna see where this goes. What do you got for us this bright and early on a Friday morning?
I'm coming from Polk County, Florida.
Okay.
So my thing is I really don't. I'm not going to say I hate Trump, but I don't like him. Period. I never voted for Trump. My thing with him, with all this shit is going on.
Well, keep it clean. We got to keep it
Oh
clean.
yeah. Okay. Sorry, Zeus.
It's all good. It's all good.
My bad. With all this is going on, and for the mega Trump supporters, it's horrible. Very horrible.
Yeah.
They not seeing the crimes that he really did. Like, come on, be for real, y'all. Y'all did these crimes, so now you got to give up that time to be in prison because what y'all did. Come on, let's be for real. Y'all wrong what y'all did.
I agree. If it was you and I, you know what they would do. They would tell you to do the time and trust the process, right?
Not even that. They're gonna unalive us if we ever did something like that at the state capitol.
You mean like if you decided to, go? If Obama said, "Come on to the Capitol, I'm holding an event called Stop the Steal. Come on, my fellow African Americans, come on up here and defend me." You're saying they would have put you in jail or unalived you?
For Obama, if he did say that, I'll probably come. But to be honest, I'm.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I love my life too much. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you wouldn't even do it if Obama asked you to do it, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I want baby too. I'm sorry.
So you talked. I'm assuming you now. How old are you? What's your age range? How old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay,
I just turned 31. Yeah.
And so this election, the past election, who did you vote for, if you don't mind?
I had voted at first. I was going to vote for Biden, but I had decided to vote independent and see how that would work out. So
okay. I'm just curious. Okay, so you tend to be more on the independent side, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm glad that you're able to at least acknowledge some things that are, to me, very serious things, right? Whether it's the results of the 2020 election, who's responsible for attacking, or whether or not you think Biden is guilty. When you have conversations with voters all across this country, in particular Trump supporters, what do you think is the issue with them that's stopping them from, having the ability to at least understand those things, right? What do you think is stopping them from being able to understand that?
To be honest, for me, in my opinion, with this, they brains the size of a squirrel. To be honest, because you really can't change nobody's mind about they got Trump. You really can't. By them being a Trump supporter, you really can't change their mind because they see him as a God, which perhaps he's not God. First of all,
yeah.
Yeah. They need to learn. If they could watch everybody on TikTok lives talking about politics and debate, they should be able to learn what's the truth and what's not the truth. So that's the thing. They not learning nothing just by arguing with somebody, cussing, and being a racist person because that's who they grew up as. And everybody know, like, y'all never gonna change your mind about this. It's going to be like this.
Yeah.
So until y'all change your mind, we have to change this whole entire world. It might take time, but we got to change how the way this world is. And I'm gonna say, Biden.
What was that?
Biden is right now Biden is the best right now. Trump, he's horrible. He'll orange head. Come on.
So
Y'all
that
need to
means
open up.
Biden. You're saying that you believe Biden is doing better job than what these Trump supporters are saying.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you all are convinced that maybe it's a good time to vote for him this time? I know you're an
Yeah.
independent. I don't like
Yeah,
to
I'm
tell.
gonna vote for him this time. Yeah.
Let's go, Florida boy. Well, listen, I'm going to give you a follow for that. All right, I'm going to need you to keep coming in and bringing that good news to the kingdom. All right, help wake
Yes, sir.
these people up. Help wake your fellow
Just stop
independents
lying
up.
on God.
Yeah, stop lying on God too, MAGA. Whoo, that's some good news, Florida boy. I tell you, you blew my mind today. I'm glad I did this show. Stuff like that really makes it worth it. All right. All right. Well, listen. Thank you for coming up, and I gotta move it on. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Florida boy a round of applause. I knew he was gonna get there on his own. All right, I did. I really did. He had the ability to think critically. That's the first step in all of this. All right. Good morning, Miss Morning Star. How are you doing?
Zeus, good morning.
Hey, how are you doing? Good morning.
Man, I'm doing well, my brother. I'm doing well. Just listening to the awesome live. This is a great live you're having this morning, Zeus. Great live.
It's on the smooth side, right?
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth. I was listening to my sister Shay with all her knowledge. I love me some Shay. And we always think in the same way. That's why I love me some Shay. We think alike. We think a lot alike. I was thinking about that 175 million, that bond, that fraud, that suspect bond, right? And we got Letitia James, over there. She's thinking the way we thinking too. Like this something ain't right about this, right? Something ain't right about this.
Yeah.
So, now, she filed some papers because she's questioning it, right? She wants to know, what is this about? Because you got to think about it like this. Donald Trump is a crook.
Yeah.
He's been a crook. He's always going to be a crook. There is no changing a crook. And what do crooks normally roll with? They roll with other crooks.
Mm-hmm.
So, the other alleged possible crook that is going to bond him this money didn't want to give up his financial records. Now, why didn't he want to give it up?
Oh, because that's going to open up the, Pandora's box, right?
There we go, Zeus.
We're going to get, when we start looking under the hood, we're going to go, you don't just need a little tune-up. You
need your rotors changed. You need a new battery. What'd you say, that check engine light pop? Yeah, buddy, there you go. So that's what I'm saying. That guy kind of put up a light bulb like, hold on, why they need all that? So I'm glad she went on and gave him 10 more days, which, now they're trying to finagle and come up with something else. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I think he gonna be in a world of trouble with that right there. Yeah. And did you hear about the new jobs for March? Did you hear?
I saw it flash.
Yeah.
Go ahead and share the great news.
Yeah. They try to talk about Uncle Joe, President Biden.
Right.
And in the month of March, the jobs increased a new number of 303,000 new jobs.
Wow! Yeah!
What?
Let's go! Vote blue! Let's go.
And they talking about we can't find no jobs. There's no jobs out here. And if anything, that means that his administration, since he became president, has increased the job market 15.2 million. Woo! Look at them numbers.
What do you got to say about that, MAGA?
Yeah,
Seriously.
MAGA. What do you got to say, MAGA-nites? I'm going to need you guys to really do your research and really stop playing with us in our face like we stupid. We know what's going on.
Yep.
You guys want to keep following this demon. You're going to follow him. Where you going to follow him, Zeus? To the pits of hell or jail.
With a chapter 11 in between.
That's right, with a chapter 11 in between.
Yeah.
So y'all go ahead and keep on following this demon, and all your little demonites.
Yep.
I'm gonna call them demonites because they want to keep following him, and they're not gonna. It's nowhere to the top. It's only to the bottom with him. Okay.
Amen.
All right,
Amen.
I heard my bell, Zeus. I'm
All
gonna go
right.
ahead and let it go. But I wanted to just, spread those nuggets out there for the world so they know we making progress. We doing it. Joe is doing it.
Yeah. As much as they like to say Biden isn't doing great, the numbers speak for themselves. That's why I don't believe them. Nope.
Yeah, numbers don't lie. I'm a number girl. Numbers
Yep.
don't lie.
Bingo.
All right, y'all
All
take
right.
care of Kingdom. Love y'all. I'll see you in the street, Zeus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Miss Morningstar. No lies detected. You see, MAGA, listen, you can hold as many rallies as you want to. It's not going to work. You can get on TikTok and lie as much as you want to. It's not going to work. We know where to get the truth from, and we know how to share it out with the rest of the people, all right? And as you can see, millions and millions of Americans all across this country are doing a lot better, all right? Around this time, you would never see a job report coming out 4 years ago. You would never see a job report have came out like that. That's because this economy was on its knees. The world came to a standstill because of the pandemic, and you Trump supporters can't make it up. You can't lie about that. We all lived through it. All right, our country is beyond repair. Wait a second, Pendleton. Wait a second, Pendleton. Pendleton, I'm a little concerned about that message you posed, Pendleton. Did you want to come up here and explain that to Zeus? I sent you a guest request. All right, you come up here and tell me what you mean when you said it's beyond repair. I'm a little concerned about you, Pendleton. I know you're a patriot. All right, I know you said you're a patriot. So come on up here and speak to us, and let us know what exactly got to you, Pendleton. Don't you got the invite? Go ahead and accept it. I'm a nice person, right? A lot of people on this app know who I am. I'm pretty nice. Please come and tell Zeus what the grievance is. She's a true blood too? Yeah, Pendleton. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Pendleton lacks the courage and conviction to get in the box and tell the truth. All right. Oh, there she is. Do we have Pendleton? Are you there? All right, Pendleton. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Before we get started, I'm just going to ask the questions, and then we'll talk about the comment that I read. All right. First question: do you believe the 2020 election was rigged in any way?
Yes, 100%.
You got that wrong, Pendleton. All right, next question. Who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
That would be Nancy Pelosi, the FBI.
Pendleton. You got that wrong too. Next and last final question, all right? And then we'll get to your whatever you want to talk. Do you believe Joe Biden is guilty of any crimes?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, wow, that demon is strong. All right, Pendleton. Well, thank you for coming up here, all right? But I really want to get to the crux of the issue. What exactly makes you believe this country is going down in the wrong direction? What exactly is it?
Maybe it's the 20 million illegal immigrants that have entered our country that are now taking jobs away from Americans, that have many have killed our American people, and they're right back over the border.
So you're scared. I get it. You're scared. And where
I'm
did you?
not scared. I mean, we're all armed, and I just think that it's not right.
Okay. So let's unpack that for a quick second, if you don't mind. Where did you get that information from about those immigrants taking the jobs? And could you give us a little more detail about which jobs they're taking from you, right? So I'm assuming you applied. I'm assuming you applied for a position, and then they said, unfortunately, Pendleton,
I haven't applied for a position because I'm much higher up than a job.
So they're not going after your jobs?
Not going after my jobs. Going after labor jobs.
Give me an example of a job. Give me an example,
for instance, please. Here, Tyson Foods. Tyson Foods laid off 4,000 of their employees recently.
Yeah, I heard about that, but there's a conspiracy behind that. I'll tell you what the conspiracy. No, I'll tell you what the conspiracy. Their conspiracy is they're saying they laid those people off and replaced them with migrants. Have you heard about this?
I have.
Have you heard about that conspiracy?
I know people that work for Tyson Foods.
Right, but it's a conspiracy because it's not true.
Why is it not true?
Because that's not why those folks were laid off. See, So, and again, I know you're not going to trust me because I have vote blue right above my head, and that creates a little bit of a thing between us, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just going to say it's not true. So with that being said, I want to get back to this part where you're saying there's
It's funny how you
jobs.
can say it's not true, but you can't prove it's not true. I mean,
Well,
it's like we're supposed to believe, to believe what you say, like we're supposed to believe the media. No one believes the media either.
Well,
So
how about this? I've always said this. If I said something that's not true, you can bring the screenshot of the evidence. Do you have any evidence about this Tyson thing?
I'm on my phone, so I
Oh,
mean,
okay. So no.
well, I do have evidence. There's plenty of evidence.
Well,
I can
show
send
us.
it to you.
Well, just if it's on your phone right now, just go ahead and show the screenshot. I'll wait for a second. I'll work with you on this. All right. There we go. I mean, listen, we got to be fair, ladies and gentlemen. We really do. All right. All right. Come on back, Pendleton. Where's this evidence at? All right. You got some evidence that says that she's wrong. All right. Does anyone have the evidence on them about the Tyson incident that they could bring up to help her out with? I don't have it. I don't have it on my phone. I'm hosting, right? Who has the evidence, please? Oh. There you go. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, first I'm gonna bring Pendleton back. All right, when she gets back with the evidence, and then I'll invite others who have some other evidence to counter the narrative that she's pushing. Pendleton, are you there? Pendleton, come on now. A lot of us gotta go places. All right, it's Friday. We want to go out and hang out with our family and friends. Pendleton, please come on back. I didn't mean to do that to you. I mean, I was just asking you to quickly bring it up, Pendleton. Pendleton, please come on back. I want to get back to the real part of it. Huh?
I said it's not easy to quickly bring it up when you have
Okay,
6,000 files in your.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to bring up some people before we get up out of here. There's a couple people. There's some people out here that maybe have some evidence that'll help either me or you with this Tyson thing, right? But before I do that, I'm just trying to get a clear understanding. Have you personally lost out on a job opportunity because of migrants?
Like I said before, I'm a professional.
So the answer is no.
So no, I'm talking about labor jobs. Labor jobs for our young Americans that are starting out. I'm 61.
Right, but give me an example of a scenario where someone you knew was applying for a labor job, right? And can you give me a little more detail about this type of labor job? Which kind was it?
I just told you the Tyson plant.
No. But okay, we're going to get to that. I got people that are going to come up and talk. But in your life, your experience, you personally haven't lost a job. So someone you know may have. That's what I'm trying to get at, right?
Yes.
And you said labor, Tyson. I'm not going to put that really under a labor job. All right. But give me another one.
Well, in the packing plant, where they do the packing.
Okay.
Where they hire younger people, and there's some older people in there. But I do have a cousin that works in the labor plant.
Okay.
And recently was one of the people that was
Miss Terry, thank you. Okay, so your cousin was laid off. Did they give her a document that told her why she was let go?
Just that they're downsizing.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I thought you said you had a paper where they said we're downsizing and we're giving your job to migrants.
Well, that did happen because the people that remained there that weren't affected said, hey, just so you know, they hired people to replace you. So you're not.
You got any evidence of that? You said this is hearsay or is this actual evidence?
Well, this is what she's telling me that she said, it's all over the plant.
But you haven't seen any documentation, no paperwork.
People. And guess what? They don't speak a lick of English. So I'm like, well, they're probably not Americans. And come to find out, they're not Americans. They're illegals, and they're getting paid half the amount of money. Half.
You saw their pay stubs.
They told people what they were making.
But you understand my concern here, right? There's a lot of things that you're doing that's really concerning to me. One, definitely, you got some sort of racial stuff happening there. All right, I don't want to unpack that. It's the morning show. But you are going off of what people have said to you. And they haven't showed you any evidence, right? And that's pretty dangerous to do, right?
Well, I believe what she says. She doesn't have any reason to lie to me.
Well, I get it, but do you believe what Donald Trump said when he said the 2020 election was rigged?
Well, we all saw the evidence that it's rigged. What do you mean believe?
Okay,
We've
Pendleton.
seen the proof. It's not like 200 people, 200,000 people from Georgia voted.
Pendleton, come back to earth. Come back home, please. A little bit. All right.
Listen.
All right.
I'm not gonna. You're not gonna sway me.
Okay, how about this? Let's get the Tyson thing worked out. I got a couple people I know that said they can help you with Let's get to the bottom of this Tyson thing.
Oh, they work there? Okay.
All right, so we got these are two normal citizens in the United States that could possibly help. I thought RC was here. Where's RC?
Well, I don't know if I'm normal, but let me ask, Pendleton, did you say you don't trust the media?
The media? It's paid propaganda. I would never.
Okay, good. Okay, 'cause I want to post something. I saw this.
Okay, now, Pendleton. Now, this is what I'm talking about, right? People
So
got proof.
this is what I see. You have a list of Ukrainian kickback to like Joe Biden, Lindsey Graham. So if you don't believe the media, where are you getting these numbers from?
From our media, from our citizen journalists that go in and do the research.
But hold on. Where are they getting it from? If you don't believe the media, are you just believing the bleed down of information from one source? Well, you have to be. Can you show me documentation that Joe Biden received $92 million in Ukrainian kickback?
Okay.
All that was in the oversight committee. If you would have watched,
no, it wasn't. They never. James Comer never showed anything. Hunter Biden's 10 years of bank documentations never showed anything. Devin Archer's never showed anything. No, they haven't shown anything.
And Hunter Biden's partner testified to it.
That would be Devin Archer, and they said there was no $5 million going from Ukraine to Hunter Biden.
But attacking.
You heard it out of Biden's own mouth.
Okay, hold on. Pendleton, what attacking? And this is someone. He's a neutral person out here, right? I mean, I didn't ask him to produce this. I'm assuming he got that off of your profile.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories. As a matter of fact, there's a picture of AOC with her legs spread wide open. It's somebody else's. It's her face and somebody else's body. So Pendleton is like a QAnon conspiracy theorist.
Wait.
A whole bunch of stuff.
Pendleton, do you stand behind this content you're posting, Pendleton?
100%.
Okay, so the attacking. Let me see. Let me make sure I saw that correctly, because you pointed out something that I believe is very, very disturbing. Now, Pendleton, you stand 110% behind this, 10 toes down, right? You got proof that Joe Biden got $92 million.
Yep.
Okay, would you be able to produce the evidence? Because I'm going to tell you from our side I'm going to tell you from our side, all right? This is what it looks like, right? And you can understand why it looks like this, because we've been playing this game called "You Just Expect Me to Believe You" when people like you come up, right? If you can produce evidence that Biden got $92 million from Ukraine. I'm willing to shut this live down right now. Can you do that?
And I'll transfer $1,000 to your bank account right now.
I'll shut this live down right now.
We're gonna have to plan to do it another day because I have to look for it.
Do it now.
I have to look for it. I don't have it.
James Comer, the Republican who's doing this impeachment of Joe Biden. How come he hasn't shown it on any of the committee hearings?
How come he hasn't shown what?
The $92 kickback from Ukraine to Joe Biden.
He's shown it.
No, he has not shown it, because I've watched every one, and has multiple people in this broadcast have watched it. He has never shown it on Maria Bartonova. He hasn't shown it to Sean Hannity. He didn't show it to anybody. He didn't show it to Laura Ingraham, and he didn't show it on Fox Morning Show. How come you say you've seen it, but it's not been in any news broadcast, whether it be Fox, OAN, or Newsmax?
Fox won't show it. MSNBC won't show it.
Okay.
Well, what about OAN and Newsmax? Why aren't they showing it?
No, they won't show it. No.
Okay, but can I ask this question? All right, Pendleton. is there a problem hypothetically if Joe Biden did get that? Do you see any problem with that?
Getting kickbacks from Ukraine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the problem? I'm a little concerned because
Well,
don't you believe Joe Biden has? Don't you think Joe Biden has? Wait, don't you believe Joe Biden has presidential immunity?
No.
Oh. Well, here's the thing. How about
Because he
this?
wasn't president when he did this.
Okay.
See, look at that. Look at that picture, Zeus. Look at that picture that she has up on her profile.
Let me see this again.
Look at that picture.
The old AOC bartending days.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh
my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
AOC bartending days. I never met anyone more stupid than her.
Wait a second. Now, Pendleton.
Other than yourself, right? She's got a degree in business. What do you have?
I want to get back to this, Pendleton. There was a report that came out, White House for Sale, how princes, prime ministers, and premiers paid off President Trump. It was released on January 4th, 2024. And in this report, Donald Trump had received over almost $8 million from foreign countries. Do you have a problem with that at all?
I don't know anything about that. Who put it out?
It's on the oversight democratshouse.gov. It's from a government official, right? It's a government agency. Do you have a problem with that?
I'd have to look into it. I don't know anything about it.
Well, it's from the U.S. House of Representatives, all right? I want you to understand this information is out here, and it's proof that Donald Trump was actually profiting off of his presidency by foreign countries like Saudi Arabia, countries like China, and we actually have concrete proof of it. Would you be willing today, in front of all of your friends, to do the right thing and denounce Donald Trump for violating his oath of office by accepting money from these countries?
No, absolutely not.
But if Biden did it, you would have a problem with it.
Biden has done a whole lot worse.
You know what, Pendleton? I'm starting to believe that whether we have evidence or not, you're just not going to believe us.
Look what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop a man from running for president because they are so scared to death. But they're not going to be able to stop him from taking our country back.
Hey, Pendleton, do you see that? Do you see that picture right next to you? That's the adult who came out in 2016 and filed charges against Donald Trump because she was part of Jeffrey Epstein's little teen harem, and Donald Trump assaulted her. Do you care about that, Pendleton?
Did you see the new Epstein Island list that came out?
I also have the flight log, a 300-page, the original handwritten one.
So do I.
Page.
So do I.
Well, the thing is, Donald Trump is in there.
No, he's not.
Right? Yeah, he is. He's in there 6 times.
He's never been to Epstein Island.
He's on the flight log. Now the thing is this: do you care that woman right there was assaulted by Donald Trump? Yes or no?
Is that according to what she says?
Well, according to you, if Donald Trump says it didn't happen, correct?
Well, why should we believe her when nobody believed the woman that
Well, why don't you believe Donald Trump's own words when he says he and his daughter have, relations in common, that he walked into the dressing rooms of naked underage teens and he grabbed women by the coochie and he moved in a magnet because he finds attractive, so he pops a Tic Tac. How come you don't believe the women have come out and then like E. Jean Carroll, who had witnesses testify
E. Jean Carroll,
in the court case?
That's a good one.
How come you don't support that? I mean, Donald
because
Trump
she's
himself.
A lunatic. She thinks rape is sexy.
Donald Trump himself said that he's done.
Anderson Cooper,
Donald Trump
he's a
himself
lunatic.
said that he's done perverted. Donald Trump himself said he's done perverted things. But you're okay with that?
What man hasn't?
You know what? We got to move.
Oh, right? There you go.
So what? He wasn't president when he did any of that.
You know what, Pendleton?
Joe Biden showered with his daughter, Ashley Biden. So come on, let's be serious.
Pendleton. You know what? The kingdom has determined that you are a liar, you are a hypocrite, and you are a seditionist, treasonous traitor. And there's no hope for you.
You're a disgusting woman. That's what you are.
Pendleton?
You're a disgusting, horrible woman that believes Trump, who has assaulted women, and you don't care.
Pendleton, I really tried to be kind and work with you, Pendleton, but the fact of the matter is you're too far gone, Pendleton. And so I'm gonna
You
have
want
to.
Trump to grab your coochie, don't you?
Oh,
Pendleton? You want
listen!
Trump
Oh
to
my
grab
You
God!
guys don't even know what a woman is, and you're trying to tell me I'm a disgusting.
Really?
Pendleton.
Go ahead. Well, you're not biologists, are you?
Pendleton.
Pendleton. You people are crazy.
Well, what are you? What are you, Pendleton? Tell me what you are.
I'm an adult human female.
No.
How do we know that?
You're a liar. Pendleton, you got that wrong. You're a liar and a seditionist.
I'm an adult human female with a vagina.
How do we
That's
know
a
you're a
woman.
woman? How do we know that you're a woman, Pendleton?
Because I had 3 kids that were in my uterus.
Oh, no, that's disgusting. You were raising MAGA demons. I shouldn't even say that. Okay, Pendleton, listen up. I'm disappointed in you, and I gotta move this show on. All right, I really do.
Lord, disgusting fucking human beings.
All right, but thank you, attacking, and thank you, Pendleton. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, attacking, excellent work. All right, but we gotta cast this demon straight to hell. All right, brother, attacking.
You got it, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, look at what you did to my live, Pendleton. You've disgraced it, Pendleton. And so the kingdom has determined that you are another MAGA demon who's been possessed. All right? You don't have an ounce of truth in you, even when provided evidence of the crimes of Donald Trump. You lied to us. You had no proof about your Tyson conspiracy. All right? And you're not a Christian. You're a fake Christian. You're not a patriot. You're a fake patriot, all right? And you want to ask us, what is a woman? Well, we can't even get there when you won't even be honest about who you are, which is a traitor. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Pendleton what she deserves. I'd hate to do it, but I got to. Another round of booze and shame. Get her out of here. Pendleton, you don't represent the United States of America. You are a paid operative for Vladimir Putin in Russia.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
You know what, Pendleton? This one's for you, all right? Because I heard you mentioning those lies. Those lies about President Joe Biden, all right? And you know, his daughter, Ashley, right? This is for you, Pendleton. This is the MAGA folks. Yeah, this is Ryan. You're a crybaby, Pendleton. All you wanted to do is come on to my show and cry. This is why we do what we do, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we do what we do. These Trump supporters have lost their ever-loving mind. Have you been impacted by a migrant taking your job? Oh no, Zeus, I haven't been because you know I'm one of those folks from the ivory towers and the migrants aren't getting. Oh, okay, so then you're crying for who? Oh, your friend. Oh, well, yeah, my friend told me she lost her job. And then she heard it through the grapevine that one of those migrants took her job and they took it for half the fee. Yeah, but what did the paper say? Well, the paper said they were downsizing, but we don't believe the paper. I believe my friend. Pilton, I am so sorry to say this, and it hurts me to say this because I know you're in America and you definitely are defined as an American citizen, but it hates me. I hate to have to say this to you. You're not an American. You're a traitor. You don't deserve to be in the United States of America at all. You really don't. All right, let's move on and bring up my next panelist. Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen. I got to get up out of here, all right? I really do. I really do got to get up out of here. All right, good morning. Who do we have here? Who do we have? Good morning. How are you doing? It looks like the MAGA Wi-Fi is struggling to be patched through. Jesus Christ. Oh, look, it's taking too long. Zeus has other things to do. I was going to talk to Isaiah. Isaiah going once, going twice, gone. All right. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, who do we got? Good morning, Miss Boss Diva. How are you doing? My partner in crime.
Good morning, Zeus. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Very interesting show. And that chick Pendleton is definitely gone. There is no hope for someone like that. And you definitely would be wasting your time trying to refute any type of opinion that she has, right?
Yeah.
Like she said, there is no changing her mind.
She's definitely dug in.
Yeah, she is all 10 toes down for, her belief in the whole matter. And so, but she's a prime example of derangement. She's a prime example of detachment from reality. And she's a prime example of brainwashing at its absolute
sickness.
Yeah, so it all equates to that sickness, the illness of a cult mind, and I don't feel sorry for her though. So that's the thing.
Yeah,
I have no sympathy, empathy, or otherwise for a person like that because we are all free moral agents at the end of the day, right?
Tell them
we have to make our own decisions, use the brain in our own cranium, because everybody's not joined at the brain, right?
Right.
You gotta make decisions, and that's what we forced to do. So she has made hers. She's clear on where she stands, and that's just it's a shame that she is able to run around TikTok. Really, see, she's somebody that should be silenced. She is somebody that they should
really
throw a CGV on, because everything that she believes is not the truth. You know what I mean? What happened to really wanting to have integrity, TikTok? Regardless to what country owns this app, right?
Yeah.
Humanity is humanity, and look at where she at. She don't care about people getting raped. She don't care about children. She got 3 of her own, and I feel sorry for them. But
that's questionable, Boss Steve. I don't believe. I don't believe a thing that MAGA demon said. That knucklehead was lying the entire time she was on. It's just, to me, it's fascinating how far they will go and lie.
That's correct.
I am a woman. No, you are a MAGA demon. Before all of that other stuff, you are a MAGA demon, and the truth is not in you.
That's right. That's right. Give yourself applause for that one, because that's absolutely true. And it is amazing though. It's still amazing, astonishing even to witness things like that. And I just shake my head.
But it's here. It's here, right? I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is why we have to let other people decide for themselves where they want to be. Do you want to be aligned with the MAGA demon or not? It's really that simple.
Basically, and that's what it boils down to, day. But people like that, I'm glad that she's vocal, in that perspective. And that way, I still make my decision that I don't want to be bothered with that. You know what I mean? Whatever happens to that, it's just whatever happens to that, because
she'll be on the news. She'll be on the news like praying granny. She'll be right there with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I know we've seen this all unfold.
They'll end up bunkies. They'll end up bunkies somewhere. That's for sure.
Nasty.
Well, thank you, Zeus. I appreciate you having me up, because I know it's late now. You had MAGA demons to exercise, and took a minute.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No problem. All right, no problem.
But I love you though, Zeus. Take care. I'll see you later. Have a good weekend, baby.
All right, you too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful
Thank you, Evan. Thank you guys for the gifts. I'll see y'all later.
Right. Blacks can be racist in support of segregationists. Racism sees no color. And your point, Carol, what the heck are you trying to say in my comment section? I can tell the MAGA demon is running rampant, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? We're going to keep giving them the unadulterated truth. So as it stands, another MAGA demon has been sent straight to the pits of hell where they belong. All right. Good morning, Cece. How are you doing? I got to get up out of here. I won't be able to get to everyone, but I'll try to get to a couple more. Cece, good morning.
Good morning, my handsome. How are you?
I'm all right. Another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs as usual.
Well, that chick that you had up there, I don't call her a woman.
She's a MAGA demon, right?
She's a female, that's it. You know, no strong woman, no good, decent woman is going to support that orange piece of on my shoe at all.
Tell her.
I wanted to say to her, she wanted to talk about these immigrants, and I want to talk about, I've been wanting to talk to you for a bit about the Francis Scott Key Bridge.
Okay.
Do you know who was working on those bridges? Do you know who died to work on our bridges to make sure we're safe?
What's her name? Pendleton?
Yes. Yeah.
Pendleton was on the bridge that day, her and her friends, right?
Yeah. They were all immigrants, okay? Ain't nobody taking your son's job, your friend's job, because you know what? Your white man don't want to do those jobs. So don't sit there and say that they're taking your jobs. They're hard-working individuals. Oh my God.
Get her, Cece. Let this demon know.
6 of them are passed away. They can't even get to them. 3 of them came from the same family. And you want to say they're taking your white man's job? No, you loser, you mega demon, you're a liar.
Liars.
You're no woman. You don't represent me. I'm a woman. You're just a female. And we don't even know if you're a female. We don't care what you are.
Tell her,
You're an
Cece.
animal to think something like that.
Worse than an animal.
And you know what the newscasters are saying?
What's that?
That if Trump gets back in, that he's probably going to want to name the Francis Scott Key after himself. Yeah, that's what it is, because you brought up the fact about an airport. You said something about an airport?
Yeah, the D.C. airport. They want to name it after
well,
Trump.
well, they're also saying that he'll probably want to name the bridge after him. And do you know that he has not said one thing about Baltimore? And do you know why? Do you know why?
I know, but tell Pendleton. Tell Pendleton and MAGA why Donald Trump won't say anything.
It's because we have a lot of black leaders in Baltimore.
You hear that, Pendleton? You made a mistake coming in here and stirring up the hornet's nest.
Black, good, strong leaders, you loser. You piece of crap on my shoe. Shame on you. Shame on you. And one more thing, Zeus, I'll try to make this quick. I just need I'm so fired up right now. Zeus, what is your opinion? What is your opinion on having an open live with 7, 8 people and bringing up a 17-year-old?
Probably not a good idea.
Well, it happened last night on a live where everybody gets to go. I'm going to try not to say the names. Danes, I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. On Danes, they brought up a 17-year-old.
Ain't that against the guidelines?
No guidelines.
There's no. I thought that was a community guidelines violation.
Well, I haven't seen any. But anyway,
that sounds like a terrible idea.
Cussing, ranting, raving, and they think that this young man's going to learn something. I don't know what happened to him. He dropped down, and I said to him, this is not the live for you to be into. You need to find someone that's close to your age to help you. Not to hear all this cussing and ranting and raving. And then I met a newbie who also knows you, and I encouraged him to come to your channel and listen.
Good.
Oh, I'm so fired up.
Yeah.
Jammin' Lou thought it was despicable of us to encourage this young man to go to Harry's live and listen to what Harry or Parker has to say.
Wow.
Those 2 young men keep their composure. They're not cussing and screaming and yelling.
Yeah.
But Jammin' Lou, he was mad.
Wow.
Good Jammin' Lou. I'm glad you were
Wow.
mad.
Wow.
But it just goes to show, see, you're more man Zeus than they are because you wouldn't allow that to happen.
Absolutely not.
And I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. I love you. And I spread the word about you all the time.
Exactly.
You're the man.
Thank you so much, Cece. I appreciate it. All right, I really do.
I'm sorry to be so keyed up, but
No.
shoot.
I listen. This show's about regular Americans being heard. All right, so I get it. It's very important we get the truth out there. All right.
Yes, thank you, honey.
All
You have a
right.
good weekend.
All right, you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Cece. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I got to land this airplane. It is now time for Zeus to depart. I know we've cried together, we've laughed together, but this has been one interesting show, all right? But before I get up out of here, I want to give all of the panelists, all right, my gifters and my subscribers and my moderators a round of applause. All right. You all do an excellent job keeping this show exciting, educational, and entertaining. All right. By the way, yes, I should be back on my main account, I believe, on Wednesday, I believe. So we're gonna keep rocking it out over here on the backup. All right. Thank you, Heaven. All right. But before we leave, we got to give one more round of booze and shame to the Zeus haters out there. Right. They are our haters, our critics, our detractors. Those who continue to peddle lies and misinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. Those who continue to spread evil and hate on behalf of Donald J. Trump on social media. Those folks, especially those folks like Pendleton, right? Sad situation over there. Had no proof to support any of the allegations they were making, even when supplied with evidence that the real person, the real criminal was Donald Trump, still chose to go down that dark and dangerous path of evil. Let's give them all our final round of booze and shame. Unfortunately, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta get up out of here. Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do, all right?
Who always most handsome in the kingdom?
And I really am the most handsome. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Levi, thank you.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus.
Let's go. Hey.
Like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm moving like Zeus.
Happy Friday, Melissa. All right, Grammy G. Slick as Rick, Emma Johnson. Let's go, Rio. Let's go. Idaho down, DJ Sound Jason. Mary Francisco. Donna, thank you. Happy Friday to you. Reggie, let's go.
You a high risk, Nick's all in the mix. I put a bounty on your head. This is way above the feds when you playing with the gods and you playing with the dead.
Thank you,
I know the ladies love me because I'm sweet like a tooth.
Hey,
hating on the God.
Boy, you're such a douche. I tried to be patient, but you going live today, Ange. Thank you so much for the corgi. Yes, Derek, thank you so much.
I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome.
You said you're going live, right, Ange? Marisol, Dark Bamba. I'm on my backup right now. My main is down, all right? Can you believe they got me? Oh, there he is. There's H-Back. Colston, thank you. H-Back. I got some bad news for you. Lisa, I love you too. H-Back. You're not a good debater. I've been seeing you get dog walked all over TikTok, bro. And I think it's because you start your shows off saying you're handsome like Zeus. Don't say you're handsome, H-Back, because you're not handsome, all right? You gotta leave that to Zeus. If you drop that, you might have a better chance, right?
like a fool.
Take care, oh my God. H-back is the worst debater.
People telling me you cool. I'm just sitting
Mickey
on my
P,
throne
you're
while
right.
you looking like a goof.
Hey,
Time to let
Lisa.
loose with the truth. Yeah.
Tell him, man. Jeff, you're not that good, bro. I get it, you got your degree from Snuggles University. But Snuggles got his degree from Trump University. You didn't know that, right? Oh, you want to debate me? H-back? Remember what I did to you last time?
Love me, yeah. I'm the one that they choose.
You know I'm so handsome.
That's why they call me Zeus.
H-back. I'll give you a Cole said thank you. H-back. I'll give you a hint, but we can debate. Let's debate, what do you want to talk about? Let's debate the election results of 2020, all right? Can you get us some evidence to prove that Donald Trump won 2020 election, H-back? All right.
Yeah, you know about
Here we go.
I just want to buy 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
I just want to find them. He didn't say, this is what someone left in my comments. Reggie! Where you at, Reggie? Hit him with the remix!
He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson. He's deranged. Jackson.
He's deranged.
Jackson. He's deranged.
Hey!
Donald Trump is indicted and they take
one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. Oh my God!
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump
openly.
And his wife.
You know what they mean when they put the openly on it, right? All right. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, before we get up out of here, you know what we got to do. All right, let's give MAGA a preview of what's coming, right? This is how Donald Trump sounds right now, lying to his supporters to get them to believe he's winning, right? All right?
We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level.
You hear this?
We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy. We're going to win with military. We're going to win with
H-back, are you still here? Right?
We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We gotta win more.
All right, you got to put that emphasis on. We got to win more. We got to win more. See, when you put your soul in it, that's when you got him, right? And Trump knew that. He got you, Trump supporters. But remember what happened after election night. All right, this is for you, HVAC. This is
It's
for you.
such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states.
Where's
that
the
we've won
energy?
tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won.
Margins.
And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left.
Now he's a mathematician.
We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly. Because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory.
Right. HVAC, Jeff. You hear the crying in his voice because he got this little singing. He's singing while he talks. That means it's not good, right? But remember, we gotta win more. We gotta win more. Remember all that? That's nowhere to be found. All right. See. This is serious stuff. And then he cries a little more for America.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left, and all of a sudden everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
I've never seen that you ever seen a team lose, right? Like, for instance, you saw LSU and Iowa, right? Imagine at the end of that game, they come out and they say, well, listen, we were getting ready to beat Iowa. You know what? Frankly, we did. That's not going anywhere. Only a Trump supporter would believe this guy. All right, I got to drop the bomb and get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen, all right? You know what it is.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump.
And you ain't black. That's right. You ain't black. You ain't nothing but a modern day slave. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay safe out here in those TikTok